Baruch Hashem, Yudalad Elul. Today's Yudalad Elul, not yesterday. Shnas Hakel. We're going to Emertz Hashem, continuing the limud of the Daf Yom in Samach Vov. We're going to do today Daf Lamed Gimel and Lamed Daled. Amud Lamed Gimel Lamed Daled. Daf Yud Zayin, the 17th Daf, 17th day in limud. We're going to start. Just finish the Maamer Lulav Arava, the last paragraph, and then we're going to do a quick sikkim of the Maamer. So we'll do that first, and then the Akdama, and then we'll continue on with the Maamer by Yom. So we're starting here towards the end of Daf Lamed of Amud Lamed Beis. V'zeu inin Sukkah. Shehu Gilu B'chinas HaMakif. So we said earlier that there's the revelation of Makif. Shezeu inin Tzeilus Chach HaSukkah, surrounding you. Dine B'nei Shoshana Mamshech Moratzon Al Oilmois. Zezeh inin Ratzon Al Melucha Mamshech B'nei Shoshana. Shoshana, we bring down the will for Melucha. This will that we bring down from Melucha comes down on Oilmas. But Gilo Yubis Sukkos is revealed in Sukkos. It's still Bakasset, it's still covered over Adayin Chus Vanilla. The Gam, the Yom Kippur, even on Yom Kippur to draw down, it only remains above. Gilo, the revelation of the Tiratzim, the Melucha Lamata. Who be Sukkos? She's in Liyam Chagenu Devar Yomtiv. Omnama Gilu even on Sukkos B'chinas Makif. Okay, Shiur B'chinas Primis Yal Der Lulav. We have to draw it down through the Lulav. Dina Lulav Amshach Sadas Benukva Dezah Imedes B'chas Dezah. Lulav draws down Das into Nukva Dezah, which we know it corresponds to the chest of Zah, the Pnimius of Zah. V'aynu B'chinas Keser Malchus Shekeneged Chas Dezah, which Keser Malchus is the idea of the Makif. The Chas Dezah is Mamshchit B'Pnimius. Amshach is B'chinas Pnimi. We have to take the lulav in the sukkah dafka, because when you do besukah, why on the first day it's not Deicha Shabbos? The B'Shabbos on their own. The Zelatam shein tefillin b'Shabbos. This could tefillin b'chinas makifin l'dalad moichin. Tefillin is a makif for the moichin. Both on gaberesh. It's the idea that it surrounds on top of the head, it sticks out. Shabbos hamakif maybe b'chinas pnimius. So there's no need to be mamshach that hamshach on our own. In tzarich until lulav ki b'lav hachi mer hamakif pnimius. B'zman Beis Hamikdash hayinayt. Limited times Beis Hamikdash there was until lulav. Kish kama denis makifim. There's many different levels in makif. Shabbos hamakif mer pnimius. Nimshach b'chinas makif el v'elyon yoyser. It's a higher level of makif. So Zayt says ayin until lulav gam b'Shabbos. That's what the until lulav was also on Shabbos. So dafka bizman habayis shehaya b'koyach lahamshech b'chinas makif elyon gamkin. Lachein lulav doicha Shabbos called makim. Lulav is doicha Shabbos everywhere. Even outside of the Beis Hamikdash. Dafka b'yom tov rishon she'azikar gilui. So dafka there's this level of achshavin doicha bizman hagolos. If shalamshech b'chinas makif elyon shiur b'gilui, we could not be mamshech this level. We would not draw this down through lulav anyway. But we could draw down through the lulav on a weekday. Comes out on Shabbos anyway. That's why nowadays with Managolos, lulav is not doicha Shabbos, even the first day of Yom Tov. So that the Maamer of lulav. With that, we conclude the Maamer of lulav. For the fourth Maamer in the Hemshech. The Maamer starts with the idea of l'chol tichla re'isi kates, meaning the idea of oineg. We were discussing earlier. L'chol tichla means everything has an end, and everything has a beginning. Anything that we see has a beginning has an end. So we said over here, all tanugim have an end, and we started discussing at length the idea of tanug in Brias HaOilamos. That even the tanug in Brias HaOilamos, even though tanug is the idea of a koyach hamakif in the Brias HaOilamos, it was not nimshach from the etzem nefesh. Dafka by the etzem nefesh, there's hamshacha which is everywhere b'shava, and that Indian is not even nimshach through tainuk. Only rechav mitzvahs chamoid, only through mitzvahs where mamshich the real ratzin of Brias HaOlam and the real tainuk which you have in Brias HaOlam, which comes through the etzem nefesh, where it's everywhere where there's a aras of etzem nefesh, a real ara of the gilu erin sefer. We started in this conversation with Chayra. These type of ritzonos and these type of aras happened even before Matan Torah. So why do we say it's dafka shayach to Torah mitzvahs? So we came down and said that this we kind of relates to two different avodas ever. The avodah which is avodah is beikar in lower levels of avodah, like chopping wood, which in that case that's kind of the type of avodah you get through Asur Sultata, the idea of Masomat Memuna. But in order to achieve avodah cheshuva that the Odin himself would do, that we'd have to do through Torah Mitzvahs, that is Dafka Hamshacha, which we get through Torah Mitzvahs. And we just concluded in the Maimer, that's the idea of there's the levels of Makifim, and then there's a level of drawing down B'Pnimius, which is kind of what we accomplished through Torah Mitzvahs, where we're Mamshech to Gilu Erin Seif, B'Pnimius, down here Lamata. Continue now with the Maimer by Mashmini, the fifth Maimer in the Hemshech, and just in the Mafteach, this Maimer is referred to as Bayim Mashmini, Hefresh bin Keser L'Sh'ar Sfiris. Start discussing the idea of Keser, how it's different of the other spheres. Bayim Mashmini Atzeres Tielochem, Isa ben the Shabbat. Moshel Lamelech, there's a parable to a king. Also, so does Zayin Yamim. He made a meal for 7 days with Zimin Kol Bnei Adam Shabbat Medina, and he invited all the people in the country. After the 7 days passed, Amar La'oyeva, he told his friend, his lover, for Yatzanu Yadenim Bnei Medina, we already were yoyt with inviting everyone else. You and I, let us let us involve ourselves, or let us surround ourselves, or roll in with what we find, and have a unique party just for the two of us. Let us come and roll in. Everything should be singular. Every other day there were multiple karbanis. Every day there were a different amount that totaled the idea of 70 because we did karbanis for the umas olam. It's a boy negaga and nivata, just us and the Eibush there. What is the idea of the 70 parim that we did for the umas olam? What's the idea? Why dafka in Sukkot do we do this ayin parim? It seems that the level that you didn't get on Shmini Atzeres is equivalent to the level where the Umas Olam get. Why? Let's go and find what we can. So it seems that it's from the same level itself. Whatever we find, whatever exists here. It's not like a new ashpa coming down. Of course, the ashpa that comes out to neshama, it's a much higher level. Loving calls that to understand this. We have to understand what we said earlier, that we're doing the Eibishter's will. The level of the Gilu Akav, which is the Chachma Datzilus, which starts lifting at Tzimtzum, which is on its own cannot be Nimshach lower than that. But we do that Yor Gilu Gamkein, the Gam Chinas Ratzin Atzma Yor Gilu Boim, and also Ratzin itself should be revealed in the world. It calls that all this that we said earlier, even what Dam Shachar that we do through Torah Mitzvah, so we just concluded in the Maamer of Lulav Arava, who Gilu B'chinas Eretz V'Agilum to say their stalshos. Ve'ein ze Gilu B'chinas Eretz Chodesh Adayin. It's not yet a new Eretz. The real idea of Eisvin Seder Shalmakim, that we do a higher level of Gilu Akav. And higher than the level that we achieved of the will that the Eibusher just did for creating the world. What we just said earlier is that we do a Taka Gilu Akav B'Biyah, which is huge, a Gilu B'chinas Ratzin, which is huge, but it's the same level itself. Torah Mitzvahs will have something bigger. In who in Yodua Shabratzin is based Madrigas. There's the inner will and the external will. And L'mayla Ratzin, we said already earlier, is the idea of Keser. So it's the levels of Pnimis and Keser. Karat Kunezer, Ern Sef Milagav, Kiser Lam Labar. The Ern Sef is on the inside, the Helika Keser is on the outside, the Pchinas is on the outside, you have Pchinas HaKeser, Pchinas Chitonius. For Ern Sef Milagav, Pchinas Pnimis HaKeser, the level of Ern Sef that we say Milagav, which is on the inside, is the level of Pnimis HaKeser. Bir Inyan, K'mal Derech Marshal. To explain this, for example, K'moi ba'adam, a person. Even though a person has the inner and the external will. The external is what you see revealed. Is concealed. It's not revealed at all. But it is what he actually wants. When you do business, what's revealed is the business. That you put your thought and mind in it. And you travel. You do not want that at all. That's just externally, it looks like you want to succeed at your business. You want to profit. And that's why you involve yourself in the business. But your real inner bottom line, not revealed at all. What is revealed? It's only this that you're working, so it looks like that's what you want to do. That's not your inner kavanah or will at all. You want to build a house, you want to live there. And the revealed will, you want the house to be built. You need to live there. And Kalim Lishkin to rest there. You need to clothe the mazit. This is not your real Etzem Metzias. There's a reason. Just like you need to clothe yourself, you need to have a house according to your honor. But this does not reflect on your real Etzem, on what you really are. The real etzem is your eternal enjoyment and pleasure from having the house, not just that doesn't get to the half of it. That's just what people see. There's no explanation at all why. It's a simple atmistic pleasure. And also the will. So this is talking about tainuk. You have a pashta pleasure with having a house. It's a tainuk pnimi, which is not revealed at all. But there's also a rotzin. Kayadua. Why be'etzem you want a house? This day you want a particular house for yourself. Does not necessarily have a reason at all. When you come to explain it or to externalize your will, there is a reason. You want to have a house. It's good you should have your own house, or any other reason. This is only external will. It's not because of any particular reasons. When it comes to having a house, even if your mind, your reasoning is against it, and then the external will may become weakened because there's arguments against it. In a your internal will is not going to get weaker at all. And you're still going to want the house without any other differences. This is kind of when the idea of needing a house or wanting a house, even if it makes sense not to have a house or a particular house, if there's a pnimius connection or a etzem nafshis thing in the house, in this particular house, or in general the idea of having a house which exists everywhere by everyone, even if the reasons are against it, the internal will is not going to weaken. And this is the main difference between Pnimis and Chetzenes Ratzon. The Chetzenes Ratzon are Ratzon Shemorkav V'davar Ma. The Chetzenes Ratzon, the external, is connected in what you want. Even though it originally starts from will, which will is not a reason. It doesn't start from Seichel. But because it becomes Chetzenes Ratzon, it then gets enclosed in the Seichel and the reason. Or it gets developed or put together with midas. So like there's a love or a chesed or some other reason over there, not reason, another midah which is kind of empowering your ratzon, but it's not on its own. It doesn't remain on its own anymore, because in order to become the chitzonius ratzon, it has to be slavish in one of these things. It's not put together with any other thing. It's only from your etzem. You cannot explain your pnimius ratzon. The nikra ratzon comes with an element. It's called a hidden and secret will. Or your ratzon pashut or simple. Even when it's revealed, so it's not more kamus v'nelam, it's just as is. And you can't explain it. Unlike the chitzonius ratzon, which you could explain. You cannot explain at all. That's a davka when you invoke or expose your pnimius ratzon. It's unlimited. Since you limit it in the specific dvar seichel or dvar midas, so that thing limits it. It does not ever come in Gilur. It's not combined or put together from any seichel tam. It is unlimited. Now this is so we spoke about it in a person. Same idea. It's what's revealed down here. When it went up in the Eibishter's will, the Eibishter had a will, livrei the olam, and then there was a seder shtashlos developed. So Babim Morkav chachmo bino midas tatzilus. That's what came out of this ratzon golut. Which that's kind of down here when you have a chitzonius ratzon and you want to develop it or express it, it becomes revealed. Through Chachma, the Eibishter created. Again, so it's already limited in Chachma of Seichel. So why is it saying Chachma? It's Chesed, who either the reason is because Eibishter want to do good, or or any other the reasons of his Avos Elmas. It's a revealed will which is now combined with something else. Which there's a will for it. The before it was revealed, there's a hidden reason. Or a cause. Because of like the nature. So the nature is like a cause. But again, the ratzon on its own is not on its own. There's already murkav in a siba agridemes. And then at a later point, this reason becomes a little more developed and it's already out there in a ifn of chachma. This is the idea of chitzonius ratzon, where this is the idea of chitzonius ratzon, where there is murkav be'ez davar, it's combined with something else. This is the chitzonius of Keser, the external part of Keser, which is also the head of Atzilus, because that's kind of where the first Hamshach of Ur of Atzilus comes from, and it does not have any pnimius, doesn't have too much of a pnimius and Atzilus. But Ki Amarti Olam Chesed Yibana, it says Amarti Olam Chesed Yibana, Sha'olah Beratzin Lias Binyan Olam Es Bechesed. The Eibishter wanted to create the world of Chesed, B'chinas Chafetz Chesed, Sh'b'chinas Chitzonius Ratzin Anigla B'Seichel V'Tam U'Midas. Which this is the external will, which external will is Murkav Be'ez Davar, and here it got revealed Seichel Tam and Midas. For example, like we said, Amarti Olam Chesed Yibana, the idea of Chafetz Chesed. The Gamash and Netzah. Even though the 10 spheres came down, Uris and Kalim and different chambers, that the Eibishter put out 10 tikkunim, the 10 spheres, to rule, to fear the world with chesed and din. You want to have a nice house, a nice kalim. This is not the simple real reason, will and pleasure. You're not fully enclosed in it. This is rather the chitzonius ratzon, which there's a asat tikunim la naga b'in almin. But the inner level of keser, which that's the level of ein soif. Kamaimer. What did we already said this? What did we refer to as pnimius keser? Ein Sof Milagav. So the Ein Sof is this level of Pnimius HaKeser, refers to the Ein Sof, and Kisrei La Milabar, the level of, it kind of gets already a different name. Zeh B'chinas Pnimius HaRatzon. The B'chinas Pnimius V'atzmos Ein Sof Baruch Hu. The inner will. Shu Haratzon B'chinas HaHelam V'Astimus. This is the level of will where it's hidden and concealed. Shenikra Stima, they call Stimin V'Ilal Kol Iloin. It's called the hidden of the hidden, and the highest of the high. The less machshav tzvei klal, a thought cannot handle it. It's not revealed at all in chachma and midas. It's not combined with anything else. There's no reason and there's no cause and no reason for this will. This is a simple will from the Eibishter's etzem alone, which is way higher than chachma and reason. And that's why it's the concealed atzmus of the Eibishter. Shekol atzmus b'zeh kiviyachol. The Eibishter's entire atzmus is in this. She'einay begeder gilui b'chinas chachma, and it cannot be revealed in chachma at all. So, b'kitzur, today we spoke about these two levels of ratzon. How there's chitzenes ratzon and primus ratzon. Chitzenes ratzon, it's kind of combined with other things, and primus ratzon is where the etzem of the person is combined with it and connected with it. And we kind of started this conversation because we asked, according to what we learned in the previous Maamar, even through Torah Mitzvahs, we're only mamshich from the same level that the world got by B'riyas Ha'olam. And l'chayra we mamshich more from it. So we started the conversation of chitzenes ratzon and primus ratzon. Tomorrow we're going to continue this, going back to how these chitzenes and primus ratzon correspond to Torah and Mitzvahs. A freilichen Tag.